So how was it working together after so long? Did it change a lot?
Like how Sunny says, he says Ameesha was a baby in Gadar 1, she was just a bigger baby in Gadar 2. ये सकीना मेरे में कहीं हमेशा जीती है. She's always been my favorite character and the most difficult character. I've never let success or failure get to me, but I let failure teach me more. I'd like to play a spy. I'd love to play a villain. I'd love to play negative character. ले जा तू संदेशा मैं सदकी जावा. Thank you very much.
It's very kind, and this time when we get good films to see in theater, it just changes your entire.
It's very rare, actually.
It's very rare, and it's something that you want to relive again. You just brought it to us, so thank you so much for doing.
Thank you.
And
so many people had doubts that we're making, because people are so into the modern kind of love stories of their bikinis and bombshells and not this old world romance and hi-fi action with VFX and lots of computer generated, whether it's Hollywood or here. We've been seeing the trend where basic, sweet, clean filmmaking has taken a backseat.
Yes.
And I think people really doubted that we're coming back with almost old school cinema values.
Yes.
And will it work? But this was a question even when we made Gadar 1 the first time around 25 years ago, and people had actually called the film gutter, to be very honest.
Yes.
And then the box office collections were anything but gutter, So I think it's very important to go with your own. I think it's very important to go with your own conviction and faith rather than being stereotyped and doing what everyone else is. Like, even if you see Hollywood, we're missing the Pretty Woman kind of films, the Titanic kind of romances. That's why those films became the cults that they became. And if you give me a choice to turn on the cinema of then or now, I'd still go back and revisit those films.
Yes.
And that's why
when a Barbie, classic, making it like a classic one.
That's why when a Barbie or an Oppenheimer, which again deals with old school, things, they become cults.
True.
So I think Hollywood or Bollywood was really missing. They were missing old school cinema.
Yes.
With the traditional family values, and I'm glad that some of us have had the courage to bring it back.
What was really mesmerizing when we went in the hall, 22 years के बाद भी ऐसा लग रहा था we just saw Gadar 1 yesterday. इतना लंबा सफर निकल के जैसे होता ना, अपने बचपन की यादें इतनी क्लियर है. And I was like, how can it be? And everybody, 4 characters have grown, all of you intact. It's like you're living in, really you guys are existing, and you just came and showed us after 22 years. So how was the feeling, Ameesha, to come together? I don't think there is any other film जहाँ इतने सारे same किरदार लेके 22 साल बाद आए होंगे. How did this happen?
Actually, जब sequel announce की जाती है, like you see in the case of भूल भुलैया हो या anything, देखो, they replace the main characters that actually make the film successful. And that's why the sequels don't reach to those levels that they should, because people miss the essence of what they are wanting to watch in the sequel.
Yes.
से Gadar 2 बन रही है, क्यों नहीं? And they used to ask Sunny, तो आपके साथ अमीशा जी है, तो आप और Sunny जी ही हो. They used to find it very strange because it doesn't happen, in cinema. Like, how can you imagine a Titanic without Kate Winslet and Leo? You can't do it. So these are certain cult films like Gadar and all, which are cult, immortal films that live in your heart, the immortal cinema.
Yes.
And if you have to remake a Mughal Azam and make a part 2 to know कि Shehzade Salim or Anarkali के life में क्या होता है आगे, you'd want to see the same characters of Dilip Kumar and Anarkali doing the same next chapter. You'd not want to replace them. If Sholay ka bhi part 2 banta, you'd want to see Amitabh Bachchan and Dharamji's camaraderie and ye dosti.
Yes.
You know, hum nahi bhulenge, and you'd want to see them back. You wouldn't want them to be replaced.
Yes.
Then that's not called a sequel. It's actually called making a new film. Just using the title to suit, to get a Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday collections. So we were very clear that this is Tara and Sakina's life. Gadar 1 was Tara and Sakina's life. And this is the next chapter in their lives, you know, to take the story ahead. But what was most beautiful about it is, you know, that time hadn't passed, time stood still, time. It was a time capsule, and we were literally just come from Gadar 1 sets to Gadar 2 sets. I mean, a very cute thing happened. You know, they say actor fit hai to picture hit hai.
Yes.
So everybody was like, my God, you and Sunny look exactly the same.
Exactly the same. That is what I was saying. And the song.
Yeah, so, and they were like, the chemistry between y'all is so real, it's so magical. At that time, of course, 2 years ago, they did not know this because we were filming. So I just put one Muhurat pe on the 1st of December. I remember in Palampur 2021. मैंने पहले दिन की तस्वीर लगा दी थी on my social media platforms. I put it on Instagram, Twitter, etc. And my producer started getting calls कि ये क्या यार, अमीशा ने पुरानी तस्वीर 2001 की तस्वीर लगा दी and said day 1 shooting Gadar begins, ये वो. So the producer said, no, this is the current picture, this is them on set, ये पुरानी तस्वीर नहीं है. And that was just a testimony to the fact that people could not tell कि 22 साल गुजर चुके थे. You know, and then of course when they saw the film, Sunny's magnanimous superheroic powers, he's maintained himself, he's so fit that you can believe he can कुछ भी उखाड़ सकते हैं. You know,
I think I love
Tara Sakina,
action scenes.
Exactly, they're mind blowing. Then Tara Sakina's chemistry and love, her same grace, dignity, her tenderness towards him, the way he calls her Madam Ji, she calls him Tara Ji.
Yeah, the new chemistry of her mother, that also came out very nicely.
See, that chemistry was also there in part 1, but of course it was enhanced here. The love was enhanced for her husband. If in part 1 she was not ready to take zehar and kill herself because she used to tell her entire family in Pakistan कि वो लेने हमें जरूर आएंगे, आज नहीं तो कल वो लेने हमें जरूर आएंगे. So I'm not willing to die also, but I know he'll come. And here she faced Sakina love story is so and so clean. Laps that we've shown, he still calls her Madam Ji. Tenderness and her softness and his superpowerness is such a good compliment to each other. The yin to their yang, you know, they're like yin and yang together.
Ameesha, how was it meeting each other on the set? Like all of you characters, you, Sunny, how much change did you find in personal growth? You know, everybody evolves over time. So how was it working together after so long? Did it change a lot?
You know, like how Sunny says, he says Ameesha was a baby in Gadar 1, she was just a bigger baby in Gadar 2. So our equation never changed. It only grew. There's only been more love, more respect, more understanding. Sunny and I have got such a good cross on screen. I know his moods are happy. I know his mood swings. He knows mine. So I think that being so comfortable and having this camaraderie, that's only increased, and a love and respect for each other that's only increased over the past 20 years. You know, it shows on screen.
Genuinely, were you little nervous? थोड़ा डर तो लगा होगा ना to bring back Sakina? ऐसा कोई भी
Absolutely, absolutely. ये Sakina मेरे में कहीं हमेशा जीती है. She's always been my favorite character and the most difficult character to play because I played her when I was just a college girl, and I had to play the role of a mother then, which was a challenge, and then I had to play the role of yet a mother again, which was a challenge now too. And you know, revisiting Sakina, her mannerisms, her body language, her softness, her grace, her elegantness, still knowing that now she came from a sophisticated, well-educated family in Pakistan, but at the end of the day married a non-English speaking truck driver. You know, how was that blend? How was 17 years of her married life progressed? So I was super nervous, and my director did not sit with me even one day. So I arrived on set with absolutely no direction, with no and we just took it forward the way we felt fit. And thank God today the audiences have loved our portrayal of what we thought Tara and Sakina should be 17 years later. I'm very grateful to God for that.
How has your journey been? Like, I have seen Kahan, all your films were hit first thing. कोई भी ऐसा role नहीं है where you have stepped in, it has not taken the screen. Screen time is irrelevant for you. I pick up any movie, if you are there, you really take on the screen. What is that?
How sweet.
How was this whole journey? How much you think education has made your career much more evolved in the grace you carry as an actor? Very few actors carry that grace. You never go out to pompously put yourself through. It's just your presence. How do you define your journey?
I think I'm confident in my own skin. Also, I don't follow industry norms. I don't belong to camps. I don't belong to a group that believes, you need to pull people down in order to bring yourself up. Pitching, gossiping has never been my cup of tea. That's why I've never been in the eye of or socializing. It's not been I've never been in that controversial, where I've made rude statements about colleagues or anything like that. I don't believe in it. I just believe that, see, hit or flop हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. Like you said very sweetly, that your screen time has never mattered, because whatever screen time you've been given, you come shining through. When I've been faced with a challenge of Kaho Na Pyar Hai, or a Gadar, or a Hamraz, or playing even Mangal Pandey, a widow with Amir Khan, having a no makeup look in a white sari, being daring about that, coming in a honeymoon travels where it was a first of its kind film, a slice of life film that Farhan Akhtar's company.
The song was
Sajna Diwali Bari, how sweet. Yeah. So, I've always taken those risks, Bhool Bhulaiya ho, or even when Adi Chopra told me that, listen, Ameesha, are you up for the challenge? Because you've got this very good girl family audience, image. Are you ready to be this portrayal of the sexy diva? And I was like, I will do it if I can do it gracefully and with dignity, and I think that's where, when you ask me my education, it's helped me in good stead. It's kept me grounded. It's also never let me take any wrong decisions that go against my beliefs and morals in life, because I always knew कि कुछ नहीं होगा तो education हमेशा मेरे साथ है, वो मुझसे कोई नहीं चुरा सकता. So I will always have that to fall back on.
And one more question before I think is I was about to ask, I lost the thought just while talking to you. But my question to you is, now with so much on your plate, with so much success that has come, how are you looking at, like suddenly people have become like, Ameesha is there. There's a word called Ameesha is back. Do you believe in all this? Does it really come?
I never believe. I see good work should never be ever written off, because they do this to the finest of actors.
Yes.
I have seen it when I was not an actor with stalwarts like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. I have seen them doing it before Pathan to Shah Rukh. I have seen them doing it to Hrithik. I have seen them doing it to Amir, Salman. I have seen them doing it to the best of people. They do it to Virat Kohli. They do it to a Dhoni. They don't spare anyone. What people have to not forget is, once a person has proved that they have talent, be it in any field, political, he proved them wrong, in any field, cinema, this person gave you all a lot of entertainment and a lot of success. Just because for a while they go through an up and down, or they choose for some reason to pull back from the limelight, doesn't make them less talented or less capable. But ye to duniya ki reet hai, till you don't come back with a bang, they will always say, oh, he or she is not there. And then when you come back, they'll term the word come back. So I just take it with a pinch of salt. I've never let success or failure get to me, but I let failure teach me more. I think that's more important.
Any particular character you think you want to play? Because I can sense, I've spoken to you first time in my life, so much of depth in your talking. It's like someone with wisdom, talent, everything flowing. Your aura is speaking. So is there a character you're looking out for? A very bold, wisdom driven, something of that kind?
So many. There are, I'd like to play a spy. I'd love to play a villain. I'd love to play negative characters. I'd love to play a cop, a courtroom drama, a fiercely lawyer. I'd love to visit historical dramas. I have always touched like 1857 with Mangal Pandey was as far as history, and then of course 1947 with Gadar 1 and then 1971 with Gadar 2. But going back more in history, I'd love to go back more in history and play lovely historic characters, which would demand a lot of reading, which I love because I'm a bookworm and I'm a history freak. I would love to play mythological characters. Again, I love reading. Things that would involve studying, reading, travel, and of course, so there's a lot of untapped potential that I know as an actor and desire that I have, and I hope that makers get up, notice that, and rather than stereotyping you, take that leap of faith and give me that chance.
You'd love to look forward to that, but before we have to close, we'll go for a fun segment. I have my team member Abir joining in for that. Abir, can we quickly take on to the fun question with Ameesha?
Hi, Abir.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Abir. First of all, let me take this moment to congratulate you on another huge success of Gadar 2. And it was so refreshing seeing so many people come to the halls with their friends, with their families, and enjoy a movie after such a long time. So, first of all, congratulations for that. So,
thank you.
Question on that particular topic. I have seen you seeing the movie with the fans, you going to the halls and seeing the fans' reaction. So, is there any particular moment that you have in your memory that a fan came up to you and said things about the movie and all that?
So, two memories I would first say about Gadar 1. I know you're asking specifically about Gadar 2, but I will talk about even the re-release of Gadar 1, which happened on the 9th of June on my birthday. I went to the cinemas completely undercover without people knowing that I was sitting there, and I was in the absolute last seat with a bunch of family and friends, and no one knew I was sitting there. At the end of the film, people got to know कि शायद I was waiting कि audience निकल जाए तो मैं निकलूं, लेकिन audience निकलने का नाम ही नहीं ले रही थी, because and this was all 18 to 25 age bracket who were not even probably born during Gadar 1, and they were all between 18 to 25, and they were waiting with the rolling titles and dancing to a point where I stood up and my bodyguards and my friends and all said, Ameesha, now we must leave because I don't know how long they're going to continue dancing. The minute they realized I was there, they all turned around and they started dancing with me even more and thanking me and my friends, saying, thank you for Gadar 1, thank you for Gadar, thank you for Gadar, and telling my friends, ki, thank God she played Sakina. So that was a very beautiful and heartening moment. And during interval, my friends went to the to the washroom, and they were male friends, so I wasn't in there. But they heard college students telling each other, "Jaldi, interval khatam hone aa raha hai." 19, 20-year-olds. So it brought back to when I visited cinema halls, there were elderly people. See, it's very easy for youngsters, college kids, young parents to go. And yes, Gadar is and has always been a wholesome family entertainer, where across the board, universally, people can sit in with their grandparents and their grandchildren together watch it. कभी ऐसे मौके नहीं आते where you have to tell your child कि आंखें बंद करो या कान बंद करो या you're not embarrassed of any moment. But to bring aged people coming on walkers, on walking sticks, who had not visited the cinema houses for 12 and 15 years, and they came to watch the film, and they came and said, हम घर नहीं छोड़े 12-15 साल के लिए, लेकिन गदर देखनी थी और हम लोग को मालूम था कि हमें ये सिर्फ थिएटर में देखनी है. So they told their children कि नहीं, घर से निकालो, हमें थिएटर तक लेके जाओ. That's a very heartening feeling. And I had one gentleman day before night in Delhi, an elderly gentleman, and it's there on my video. As soon as I surprised my audiences and went in, he was, bending and limping and walked me, and he's saying, "Beta, चला नहीं जा रहा, लेकिन मैं गदर देखने आ गया. बस आप जल्दी से गदर 3 बना देना और मेरे आशीर्वाद है." So these kind of feelings, when you come like this, Gadar, I could not understand it at the beginning of my career when they said कि Gadar एक फिल्म नहीं, एक इमोशन है, एक भावना है। और जब गदर रिलीज होती है तो ये एक त्योहार बन जाता है। एंड दिस टाइम राउंड आई अंडरस्टूड कि गदर इज ट्रूली एन इमोशन. It has lived in people's hearts for 22 years. And the release genuinely was a tyohar. People going in tractors, putting malas on our posters, going with pumps, doing all that, and dressing up as Tara and Sakina all around the world to go watch the film. ये एक त्योहार बन गया था, and I'm just grateful to God that I was the chosen one to play Sakina, and I couldn't have asked for a better co-star than Sunny Deol.
I think as an
I think
actor,
Sunny and I were born to play Tara and Sakina. I think we were born to play Tara and Sakina.
You were born to, and we were born to see you do that. We're so lucky we're born in the time we can see this movie.
How sweet, thank you.
God, you mentioned truck, na? Dekho, main truck bhi लाई, I'm sending this through you because I want you to keep this as a small memento we have from India Podcast to you.
How sweet, definitely, I'd love to keep it.
Yeah, it will be a small gift. But before we go ahead, we have a small fun game before I have to, Kunal calls me and says, Jaldi karo. What was your first impression of these actors on you? Just very quickly, briefly. One is Sunny Deol. First impression.
My superstar numero uno forever.
Wow. Hrithik Roshan.
Greek god.
Greek god. You gave the name, I think.
I gave him. I started calling him Greek god and Pierce Brosnan. By the way, yes, it was me. I did that.
And Bobby Deol.
Italian stallion. That's what I used to call him even when he was launched and I was in university. I said, "Oh my God, we have an Italian stallion in Bollywood."
Then you have Aftab Shivdasani.
My cute chocolate boy. He's my buddy. I've known him since I was a kid.
Oh my God, really? I didn't know that. And of course,
yeah.
Salman
Khan is my naughty boy. He's my friend forever, and he is always going to be my cheeky best friend.
You have great relations with everyone, Ameesha. I think you're one person who sets in a good note with all.
Yeah, I've never had politics, and I've never had, like I said, no. I'm. What you see is what you get. If I have a discomfort about any issue with anybody, I say it to them there and then. I don't go be a backbiting, and I think that's all. I'm very honest, and that's held me in good stead.
So the last one is what Abir's going to ask about the remake of the films. Abir, quickly we check on what Ameesha has in her.
Yeah. So I'll give you like a list of like 3 names, and I would want you to choose like which film that you want to like remake after the massive success of Gadar 2. So the films are Gadar 3, of course, then Kaho Na Pyar Hai, and the last is Mangal Pandey. So which one would you want to work on next if given the chance?
So I think Kaho Na Pyar Hai for sure, because that has been one question everybody has been wanting, and saying Gadar 2 dekh li, now we want Kaho Na Pyar Hai back because they're waiting to see Hrithik and me back together, doing the tag step, doing our music. So definitely that should be on top priority. Gadar 3 people are wanting, of course, after the massive success of Gadar 2. And one common question that has been there has been about the culmination, which I must clarify. A lot of people said ki we saw To Be Continued and the Taj Mahal, which is Tara aur Sakina ki pyar ki nishani. So I said that, I mean, all of us were taken by surprise. None of us knew that To Be Continued, Habi, because none of us were narrated with the object of being part 3 being made. There was no objective of that like put into our minds or even being told by a director. None of us knew, not Sunny, not me, nobody. And then that's the reason, if you noticed, that the director took it in a way that the culmination, there was no acknowledgement that there is a daughter-in-law, whether the girl is just a friend, a sister, whether she's going to be sent back to the consulate. That was a question mark. It will always be Tara and Sakina's family, and that's where it ended. That's why even Sunny, he says to the girl's parents that ye hamari bachchi hai. He doesn't say hamari bahu hai. You know, and Tara Singh's character, right? And Tara Singh's character is so noble that अगर वो लड़का होता तो भी वो घर लेके आता, बोलता हमारा बच्चा है, हमारा बेटा है, और अगर बुजुर्ग भी होता तो ले आता, बोलता कि ये मेरा तारा सिंह का छोटा भाई है और मैं हिंदुस्तान लेके जा रहा हूँ. So the director did not intend to, tell any of us that there is a part 3. Even we didn't know. We saw it ourselves for the first time. So I don't know about the part 3. Of course, yes. What I also got the feedback from all you lovely people that if a part 3 were to be made, it has to be centered more around Tara and Sakina, because they missed having their joke, their
More
banter,
romance,
their
yeah.
more screen time, a lot more.
More romance.
Their romance. So it would have exactly. So it would have to be like Gadar 1. There would have to be a lot more of Tara Sakina for me to give my nod to it. So for sure. But as of now, I think the next thing they should concentrate on is.
But now that To Be Continued was written, अब किस भी वजह से हो आपको आना तो पड़ेगा. You guys have promised us. We were excited with that. वो गलती से हुआ, intention है नहीं है, we don't care. You promised us and we take this ahead that you are coming back with Gadar 3 and in a very short time. We're not gonna wait for 20 years anymore. Not at all.
Yeah, no. Even we won't wait if we have to. No one will wait for that long.
Beauty, but we will have a lot of wrinkles.
पहली टाइम थोड़ा डर था कि एक लेगेसी के साथ हम लोग खिलवाड़ क्या हम वो लेगेसी को खराब कर देंगे. That fear is always there. So it took Sunny also time to say yes. Had to be a little selfless. We had to stay. तो वो repetitive लगता. So Sunny knew कि पहला half will belong to Sakina, second half will belong to Tara, because that's the way. First half will be emotion driven by Sakina and second half will be action driven by Tara. So we had to take that step back as sensible actors to make a sensible film. And I think that selfless decision has paid off. But definitely in part 3, people want Tara and Sakina back more volume. So
would you like to
I hope we
Absolutely.
them.
Would you like to sign off with your favorite song? Which is your favorite song in Gadar 2? Help us sing.
ले जा तू संदेशा मेरा मैं सदकी जावा. Thank you very much.
So much for your time. Thank you, Kunal, for letting us in. Thank you, Ameesha. Look forward to meeting you next time in person and getting an opportunity to talk to you. Thank you.
Absolutely, and I want that truck. I want Tara Singh's truck set
on its way now.
Okay, bye, Abeer. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Kunal,
Most welcome. Bye-bye.